So we have some rumoured new details about the confirmed Mary Poppins attraction and the Cherry Tree Lane that's coming here to Epcot. So let's dive right into all of that. Up next.
This video is sponsored by Mickey Travels, a platinum level authorised Disney vacation planner which can take the hassle out of all of your vacation planning. So visit the link in the description box to get your free quote today.
Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack and this is of course DSNY Newscast from the United Kingdom Pavilion, or my home away from home here at Epcot. And for today we have some supercalifragilisticexpialidocious news regarding Mary Poppins and the UK Pavilion. So let's get straight into it.
So for over 2 years now, I've been tracking the on-again, off-again nature of the proposed Mary Poppins attraction that was rumoured to be coming to Walt Disney World. And then finally at D23 Expo this year, Disney made it official by announcing to much fanfare that within the coming years there would be a new attraction at the United Kingdom Pavilion in Epcot. But at the time of the announcement, concern was shown over the use of the word attraction within the description on Disney Parks blog, as many were keen to point out that attraction is not necessarily a ride per se, but instead an elaborate meet and greet like Enchanted Tales with Belle is classed as an attraction, and so too are seated show experiences like Muppet Vision 3D and Mickey's PhilharMagic, and even walkthrough exhibits like Star Wars Launch Bay or Walt Disney Presents fall under that attraction classification when listed on My Disney Experience. And to be honest, those people are 100% correct that an attraction does not need to have a moving ride vehicle component to be considered an attraction by Disney. However, there is often a disparity between what is described as an attraction on My Disney Experience and how Disney's marketing team would describe the same offering within their press releases, as the limited app menu and fixed parameters on My Disney Experience means that everything has to be listed under 4 categories of attraction, entertainment, dining or shops, whereas Disney Parks blog's marketing is able to offer further clarification to ensure that the verbiage accurately depicts what the addition will be. So take for an example the Journey of Water inspired by Moana walkthrough that will fall under the attractions category within the app, but is actually described accurately as being an experience by Disney Parks blog. And here's the thing, as within that very same article, Disney importantly used the phrase first ever attraction for the Mary Poppins edition at the UK Pavilion. And so this verbiage further aligns with what I previously heard about this new offering, as it's going to be way more than the scaled back proposals that insider Jim Hill described earlier this year of replicating the garden fair like we saw within the Nowhere to Go But Up sequence from Mary Poppins Returns, which would have seen the inclusion of little more than an elaborate meet and greet opportunity with Mary Poppins. And that's not to say that Jim Hill was wrong at the time, but instead Imagineering consider many different concepts of varying levels of complexity very early on in the process, and after the somewhat average box office of Mary Poppins Returns, it's completely understandable to think that Disney might have briefly considered a scaled back approach. However, as can be seen within the concept art that was displayed at D23 Expo, that scaled back blue sky idea has thankfully been dismissed in favour of what some insiders have described to be a flat ride like a carousel, and others have then later corroborated what the reliable insider Marnie1971 has stated, that it's going to be an elaborately themed, fully enclosed indoor spinner style attraction, which, coming back to an earlier point, technically means that either way you look at it, it can be classified as a ride, as you'll be within some form of moving ride vehicle.
However, that's where it all gets rather interesting, as we already know that the UK Pavilion is going to be greatly enhanced and transformed into Cherry Tree Lane, so therefore it feels like you just stepped right into the Mary Poppins movies. And to a massive Mary Poppins fan like myself, that's kind of a dream come true. Oh, and by the way, I just want to give a quick shout out to fellow Waltoneers Stacey and Ricky of IgniteTheMagicShop.com, who designed this awesome Mary Poppins Returns t-shirt. And they've also got loads of other great designs on that shop as well. And if you use the offer code DSNY, you can get 15% off your order.
So coming back to Cherry Tree Lane, for Disney to create this, the pavilion will be changing an awful lot, as this entire area here, where the small bandstand and the mini garden maze is currently located, is going to be completely removed under the current proposal to clear space ready for the construction of a new attraction show building, with it supposedly being located in this location and being this shape and size. As despite the official description stating that you'll enter number 17 Cherry Tree Lane to begin your adventure, this show building cannot be built out toward the back of the Banks family home's facade as is traditional for attractions, because of the placement of the World Showplace convention space directly behind 17 Cherry Tree Lane, and Disney will not be seeking to alter World Showplace. Therefore, this requires an unusual L-shaped show building which might see Cherry Tree Lane become a sort of cherry tree courtyard instead, unless plans are made to open up the side where Alice currently meets, widening the path and creating a U-shaped Cherry Tree Lane, which would not only be a more accurate representation of a movie, but it would also create a much better flow in and out of the UK pavilion. But anyways, now let's get to the actual attraction itself, as you're probably wondering what an indoor carousel or spinner could entail. And from what I understand, it will be utilising a 360-degree enclosed projection system, similar to what has been created for the Epcot Experience Centre, but obviously on a much grander scale. However, I've got to say that I've been very impressed with the projection technology used within the Epcot Experience Centre, and so I could easily see this being extremely effective in immersing guests of all ages into the magical world seen within Mary Poppins or Mary Poppins Returns. However, that then brings us to the ride system, as yes, a spinner does seem fairly self-explanatory, and a carousel would certainly make a lot of sense, as Disney could be aiming to replicate the cartoon Derby sequence from the original Mary Poppins, with a patent such as this filed by Disney Enterprises many years ago that enables the ability to have different speeds of the layered rings of a carousel, which could create an unpredictable race format for every single ride. Or we could see this concept combined with more of a rounded rectangle oval shape that would be more reminiscent of a Derby racetrack. But the problem with a carousel idea is that it builds off a sequence from the original 1964 movie, whereas we know that the concept art uses the Emily Blunt version of the character along with Jack the Lamplighter from Mary Poppins Returns. So that then brings me to this Disney ride patent, filed back in 2012 but then later uncovered in 2016 when many thought that it was something to do with the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge attractions, which we now know is not the case. However, this Omni-Table ride system patent is essentially a form of fully enclosed flat spinner attraction, which could easily be confused for a type of carousel to an uneducated eye because of its circular format. But the Omni-Table system uses a fixed chain-like motion, much like the Omnimover, but importantly the chain sits on a central table, with the ride vehicles connected via an extended arm that provides the ability for the vehicles to pitch and yaw whilst moving up and down and in and out, so that the ride vehicles could be closer to the exterior walls or further inward toward the centre of the enclosed attraction. Now, it's important to note that I'm not saying that this is going to be the exact ride system that will be used within the Mary Poppins attraction, although it does have a striking similarity to what has been previously rumoured by reliable insiders. But instead, I'm really using this patent as a demonstration of how a basic spinner ride can actually be quite complex, innovative, and create a compelling experience. But if this patent does end up lending itself to the eventual attraction, my guess would be that the attraction's narrative will be that we enter number 17 Cherry Tree Lane and then somehow find ourselves going inside the Royal Dalton Bowl through a portal that's going to be similar to the mirror illusion effect from the Enchanted Tales of Belle. And then this Omni-Table spinner ride system could be replicating the movement of the carriage and the chase sequence before and after the Royal Dalton Music Hall sequence, all through the use of 360-degree projections on the interior walls of the attraction's enclosure. But then again, that's just my own educated guesswork of what I personally expect from this attraction based on the rumoured details we know so far. Whereas the actual implementation of the spinner ride concept may differ greatly from that, as until we get official confirmation of the ride narrative and the ride system, who knows, maybe Disney will change the scale and scope of the attraction once again. But rest assured, I'll be releasing an update when we get new information, so stay tuned to DSNY Newscast for all of that.
But now, it's over to you, the Waltoners, as I would like to know what is your ideal Mary Poppins attraction, ride, show, or even experience that you could create for Cherry Tree Lane when it comes here to Epcot? And also, what would the narrative be? And don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere in this video along with your suggestion or your comment to be on the chance to win one of these official DSNY Newscast enamel pins. And congratulations to this Waltoneer here for me this suggestion from a previous video where we're talking all about the demolition about to begin on Innoventions West here at Epcot. And so that's it for today, so be sure to go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel. Hit that notification icon so that you always receive an update whenever I release new videos, which is usually twice a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And also, if you've enjoyed today's video all about the Mary Poppins attraction, then be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.